Hello, I'm Dyyo.
And I'm Baatchoy.
And we are G.O.L.D. Today we are here to talk about our song Used To, second song on our EP, Start Again. Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. This is the third episode now.
Episode 3.
So if you made it this far, then you must really fuck with us, and that means a lot to me.
That's facts. That's big facts.
So, yes, this song Used To definitely was one of those things where I remember we were writing off how we finished writing Start Again. We were like, okay, we're going to do another song.
Yep.
And then I feel like Used To just came out naturally.
Very naturally. We had a very long conversation, I remember, about things that were going on in our lives recently just happened.
Yeah.
I don't want to say too much, but I mean, I think the song says it. The concept of the song is very, very tricky because it was I wouldn't say tricky, but it's deeper than surface level. The song sounds like a very happy, cutesy song. I think when you were saying you were producing it, it was kind of like you were thinking about writing the sounds of falling in love with somebody.
Exactly.
But the lyrics are literally no, it's like falling out of love. It's no, I don't think about you. I don't think about you. But in a way where it's obviously you're thinking about the person. You're making a whole song about how you're not thinking about it. Obviously, there's some unresolved feelings there, you know.
Again, I feel like all of our music is just the bad parts of falling in love. I feel like it's so easy to write about moments where it's oh, I'm in love. I'm fueled by this, right?
Yeah.
But it's just but no one likes talking about the embarrassing shit.
Exactly.
It's just such an embarrassing feeling to feel, I think. You know, just I fucking don't like thinking about you, but I do. As much as I tell myself I don't think about you, but I do. It's unavoidable, I feel, you know?
Yep.
So
Yes.
that's some real shit, honestly.
Yeah. You want to speak more about the production style of some of the stuff you was doing in there?
I'm not gonna lie, this sounds like such a cop-out to say, but it really was one of those things where I was like, okay, and it's done.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. From when your finger touched that beat pad, we knew exactly what needed to happen.
Yeah, and then Dyyo just sits in the back like this with his phone.
I think I got something.
Right.
I really like in that song all
the bridge,
all the different types, and I love the bridge.
The bridge is my favorite part right now.
Yeah, I really like that part because it really takes the song up another level and sounds so dreamy. Right. I love the bass. I think that was one of the more harder things to really get right.
That was one of the songs where we literally were stop and go. We listened to it, stop. Okay, nudge this over and then take this little tiny percussion part out. Let's play from the beginning. Yep. Played it, stop, then edit a little bit more until there was nothing we had to say about it. And that was one of those things. And I feel like that song production wise was highlights something that I feel like I'm really good at, where it's just I make songs that sound like you're soaring and you're flying. You know what I mean? That's kind of like my weird fascination, I guess. You know what I mean? I feel like I always tether the idea that I love flying. I love the idea of flying. I love the idea of soaring. It's goes back to super little thing about me that most people don't know is I've always wanted to be a pilot. You know what I mean? I've always wanted to fly airplanes, but I can't because I'm colorblind. I know.
Unfortunate.
But it's okay. But now I'm doing this, and this is cool because I feel like I get a lot of release doing this too because my music just sounds like flying.
Audio flying.
Yes, exactly. And going into the last song, I feel like it's just the EP just sounds like you're ascending. You know what I mean? And then by the time you get to the last song, you're just up in the sky, above the clouds, you know? And that's kind of how the architecture of the album was for me in that way. Yeah.
Writing wise, for me, like I said, it was I was writing about, I feel like I was coming in a place where I was really trying to not think about somebody and be like, no, I'm over it. Mm-mm. But I was like writing the song. I was like, oh, and it's
You're like, I'm projecting like shit.
yeah, exactly. And it was like really cathartic because it was like, you know, I talk about in the song like, you know, I tried fixing myself. I tried, you know, doing all the things. I tried, you know, drinking and smoking and like all this stuff. And I'm like,
Let's unpack that, Dyyo. Is everything okay at the home? Let's unpack that.
it is now. It was back then when I was writing that song. It was a little more turbulent. I'm not gonna lie. It was a little more turbulent, but yeah. And then, you know, I go like from the bridge thinking about like, yeah, I don't think about you, but I think about the way that we used to do these things. Like, we used to walk, we used to talk, and then for that last hook where I'm, you know, doing the runs over it, I finally am at the end. I'm just like, I need you, baby.
Hey, yo,
like,
you were on your
it's
Cisco
like-
in the grass, white t-shirt ripped open, like yelling at the sky, like.
Exactly. And it's like that buildup. It's like that rise, as you say. It really feels like you're ascending. You're going up and up. And yeah,
I love Used To.
yeah, that's one of my favorite songs for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, all of the songs are so deep to me, but that song for very particular reasons like really sticks with me and really helped me like get through like times within myself. But yeah, for the video is also very very interesting
God.
too as well. Like there's a lot to unpack in that video. A lot to unpack. From like, you know, the outfits that we were wearing.
Even
like,
the photo shoots, you know what I
exactly.
mean, with the lemonade, and it's like the whole idea about, you know, consumerism
Exactly.
and like your happiness is coming at a cost of like someone's enjoyment, you know what I mean? And that's kind of like the idea even with the video too, where it's just like you as an artist or even any artist, it's like kind of like everyone takes pleasure from the pain that you just endure,
Exactly.
you know? And it's just like
You're
and
just-
even in love too, that exists where it's just like there's some toxic elements where just people just do take the life source from you, whether you know it or not, like out of your enjoyment, because it's just like you love something so much, you care something about something so much that you just don't even care, and you just let it happen. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You let it happen.
Exactly.
And then in the video, it's just like, I literally can't take this anymore.
Yeah.
And just breaking free and like being liberated from that is just so empowering, especially for, you know, everything.
And like how it does make sense, like you said, like it's like, you know, I'm singing on all of these songs, I'm singing about my pain.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, yes, I love it. Like drinking it up. But it's like you don't know the cost that it comes to. You don't know all of the
Behind the
blood, sweat,
scenes.
and tears
The behind the
that
scenes.
go on behind it to, you know, get it. And like, yeah, not only consumerism, but with art, like, yeah, it's a super crazy concept. And it's like the way that we also thought about it, it was like, you know, you saw the video for Start Again, we left you on the cliffhanger, and it's like you wanted to know what was next. You were like, I want to know what's next. It's like at that point, you had already drank the lemonade, not seeing where the lemonade comes from, and you know now it was the reveal at the end. You know, but yeah, that was a super fun video to make. I really enjoyed the concepts. I really enjoyed all of the set design that went into it.
Man, speaking of set design and costumes, shout out to the one, the only AfroVelvet.
Yes.
Yes.
Phenomenal artist.
Designer. Architect,
stylist.
transmogrifier, a true Renaissance woman.
Truly.
Honestly, such an inspiring person in the city, like just doing literally things that you just like, you're like, how are you doing all of this all at once? And that's something that I like be thinking about when I think about Velvet a lot. I'm like, how? It doesn't make any, I'm like doing the math. There's not enough hours in the day.
Yeah, truly. Truly.
But speaking of who, we definitely have a special guest.
Yes. And it is her, AfroVelvet.
In the flesh. So yeah, let's bring her in.
Alrighty. And we are back with AfroVelvet.
The one.
The one.
The only.
Artist.
Designer.
Vocalist.
Architect.
Transmogrifier.
A true Renaissance woman herself.
And yeah, we're gonna, pick her brain a little bit. I want to ask you, how was the process of, doing everything, like the styling and the building? Like, how was it? I mean, I know when we asked you to do it and kind of laid everything out for you, it was like, whoa. Like, even from the concepts to just like the amount of work we knew that we were gonna have to put in. Yeah, I want to hear a little bit of what you have to say about that.
Yeah. I guess at first I wasn't sure like how big I could go with, helping bring you guys this idea to life. But then I really appreciated that y'all were just like, yeah, do your thing. And I was like, okay, like,
Listen,
I can think.
we trust you so much. Literally, the trust was just like, I remember when me and Dyyo were like planning this all out, we were like, you know what? Fuck any of our ideas. We're just gonna be like, Velvet is just gonna take the whole reins of this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it was like we had no idea what the outfits were gonna look like. We had no idea what anything was gonna look like. And then when we saw it, it was just like, yeah.
Came out way better than we could ever for sure. Like,
It's a
I
fact.
appreciate it. No, yeah, I feel like that is the type of work I like to do where, somebody is like, hey, I have this idea, but like, free reins, do what you want to do. Because then I can really bring in, the element of my art and how I see things, but also with trying to keep in mind who you guys are as well. So that was really like my thought process. I'm just like, okay, Mark and Dyyo, like, all right, they're very like R&B, like, okay, they're giving like this classy but like sort of futuristic like vibe. So, and I mean, you guys know I love like the futuristic vibe,
Futurism.
so. Yeah, and then I love the color palette that you guys chose was like pastels. So I tend to I was like, colors, okay, cool. So yeah, I feel like that was where I started. Like with the styling, I was like, all right, the color palettes, like how can I bring just like a splash of each of the colors you guys presented to each outfit, and especially with like the sunset scene.
yeah.
I really was like, okay, I want to bring in like the greens, the purples, the pinks without like everything clashing in a sense. So I like for that particular look, I went shopping. I texted you guys. I was like, is it okay if I shop in the women's section?
Yeah.
Because I really was like, okay, how can I like bring this like feminine aspect to it, but also keep it like, playful and within you guys' style. So I sourced those outfits first, and then after that I felt more inspired. And with the lemonade outfits, like I've collected yellow raincoats for years.
Wow.
That's like
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Like literally people would go to the thrift store and be like, don't you already have one of these? And I'd be like, okay, but this one is a little different. So
This one got a different texture.
That is hilarious.
This one is
That
a deeper
is
yellow.
so funny.
So I'm slightly obsessed. But yeah, so that was already like I was like, wow, yeah, I know how to do this. I'm gonna do some layering, like, and I was excited for that.
I would say those were probably my favorite outfits.
Yeah, I had fun
Yes.
ripping your shirt up.
Yeah.
Like, I did a little TikTok on that one because
nice.
yeah. But yeah, I was like, all right, like I'm gonna distress this so you can really look like you were like struggling, and Mark was like beating you. So that was fun. And then with the lemonade stand, I really was just like, yeah, like I want to go all out with this. Like
Yeah.
I feel like.
And you did.
Yeah.
And you did.
You definitely
I feel like that was a consistent thing that people were always saying. It's like, yo, the lemonade stand looked insane.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
me and
consistent
Rhythm,
thing.
we just like when I like so Rhythm is on my team as like set design assistant. So
Shout
I
out
like
to
Shout out to-
I
shout
went
out
to,
to
yeah,
Rhythm.
shout out to Rhythm, and like I have been also just like loving collaboration, and so like when I brought the idea to her, I was like, look, like we get to build this lemonade stand. How do we want to do this? Like, let's go all out, and we really put our brains together for that, and definitely wanted to bring our own style into it. So like. I'm sure you know, but both of us love anime, and like we love like the
Shout
bubble
out
letters and the, you know. So we really wanted to bring like with the foam letters and like bring that
Yes.
playful, nostalgic vibe.
Yes.
You know, all of us like as kids, right? Like the lemonade stand, we would picture it's just like, oh, you walk up and like it's really fun. And so like that's really what we wanted to portray with that. We're like, okay, let's make this fun and nostalgic and a little animated. So,
Yeah. You know,
Saw the vision.
Yeah.
And you were like,
you know, something I will say, it's like no matter what you do with anyone, no matter what it is, I'll always know you were involved at some point because your identity and your stamp is so you know what I'm saying? Like no matter what, and I think that's what I love, and I get a chance to say I appreciate you for just being wholly you and everything, and just uncompromisingly so. And it's so inspiring, honestly. Like literally, I feel like everybody should be like that. Honestly, like just. And I love that.
Big facts. So another thing that we really appreciated is like you being on set like the whole time. A lot of people would have just been like, oh, you know, here are the clothes, peace, deuces, But you stayed the whole time making sure that everybody's sets like stayed right the whole time, or everyone's looks stayed right the whole time, and like we really appreciated that. And you know, being on set was super goofy, super fun. I wanted to know if you had like some of the any like favorite times on set. Like, what was your favorite part of like staying throughout the filming process and everything?
Yeah, I really had fun the day that we did like the tie-ups to the pillars.
Oh yeah,
that was a lot of fun to me.
that was a great
like,
day.
wow, I get to like tie someone up. That's cool. So yeah, that was really cool.
That's real though.
Yeah.
She was like this.
Yeah, really. Yeah, so that was a lot of fun, and it was just fun seeing the extra elements that you guys have brought in, like with Fun Line and the security table, the burger and stuff. Like I just thought that was really, it was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like with the lemonade stand, I would say like, cause I mean I feel like even the building process is part of like being on set, and like for me like that was just like such an intimate process of like being at Mark's house and like painting and like, you know, like cutting out the letters and getting everything ready for the day of, and like even till like the point up until like when we were about to shoot. Yeah. Just like doing the final little details of everything. That was really fun. And I just had fun in general, honestly.
Yeah. Honestly.
Happy you did.
Honestly.
Yeah. Any favorite parts of like the videos, like the actual content of the videos, like?
Yeah. I really liked. Well, I wasn't there for this part. I feel that, but the door scene.
Oh yeah. That is the only thing that we did like more independently.
Okay. Personally, like when I saw that on the actual video at the end, I was like, wow, this is really fucking sick. But I guess for things that I was there for, I really liked you and remind me. Kamuma, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I really liked you and Kamuma's just like back and forth, like
the Start Again video.
That, yeah, seeing how it came together in the actual video was really, really nice.
that night was great because it was just literally like, okay, you guys got to convey these three emotions like back to back. So it's just like there's no break. It's like, okay, here's the angry one, here's this the quiet one, and then here's the love one. And it's like. It's so crazy.
Yeah. And I really like the realism too. Like it just like it felt like you guys really were in a relationship, and Even with the different people that you guys had in the cars, everything felt so real.
I'm not gonna lie, people were like, "Is that a movie together?" I was like, "No, it's just for the video." I was like, "Damn, that was just for the video."
No, you guys did really good.
That's what I mean. People were like, "Oh, damn, they must be together."
Well, I'm happy our acting skills.
That's great. It was great. No, but honestly, thank you for everything, Velvet. Honestly, like, it meant a lot that you even wanted to be a part of the project, and the fact that you put yourself, like, uncompromisingly into it, and like, I just love that, and really couldn't have asked for anyone better to work with, honestly.
It's awesome. Yeah, like, I really loved working with both of y'all. Yeah, I love when people come to me with, like, organization, like a proposal, you know what I'm saying? Like a treatment. Let me say this on camera. A proposal, a treatment.
See, this is what happens when you get a Cancer and a Capricorn in like a plan. Like, you know what I mean?
But it was very organized, and I feel like that made it even more easy for me to bring in my element and fit into the process. So thank y'all.
No problem. Thank you, Velvet.
Yeah.
But yes, this is the second to last episode? No, this is the third episode. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Nice. We've been doing a couple of these already, so I'm getting my brain mixed up. Yeah. But until the next time, in the next G.O.L.D show.